Oh yes. I'm alive. I'm alive. Take the gum out of your mouth, boy. Ouch. Let me know if you can hear this. If I am loud and clear and the video is okay. God. It's still spring break here in Canada, and as you can see, it's very sunny now, and I just got over my cold, and I haven't been making videos. I know, blah, 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 and you're probably wondering what happened. I was sick, okay? I had a cold, and I had like an injury, a muscle injury, so I had to take several days off, and I was just drinking cold medicine and just resting. I couldn't work out, couldn't do much. Just study and work behind the scenes. So it's kind of right now kind of like in between everywhere I go, because a lot of people are on spring break, some people are not. I feel like some people are traveling right now, and it makes me want to travel too, because I can't really stay in one spot for so long. I get really bored, especially here in Canada. Canada's really boring, okay? I don't care what you say about Canada, like, oh, the fresh air, the fresh food, and friendly people. Yes, we have that. But one thing that Canada does not have is excitement. It's really hard to find excitement here in Canada if you live here. And I'm not talking about like, oh, you can go snowboarding, or you can climb a mountain, go hiking in the woods, or you can go river rafting. Like, that's not the kind of excitement that I'm looking for. I'm talking about excitement in the people that you meet here. Most of the people here are pretty boring. They're pretty content. They're here to like rest and have a peaceful death. You know? A lot of people here have just, I would say, they have this just really lazy attitude. Like, I don't really need to push myself. It's like, I've made it. You know? Like, especially like immigrants, foreigners, people who come to Canada. The hard part's over for them. They escaped their country. They got out of that situation. They're in Canada. They're happy. You know? Good for them. And they don't need to work as hard. You know? Compared to back home in their own country, right? Wherever that country is. China, Korea, Japan, Turkey, Iran, Ukraine. There's people from everywhere around the globe here in Vancouver. A lot of them are rich, and they're hiding that fact. You never know. They're hiding that the mountains full of cash stashed underneath their mattress. You know, it's money laundered. We all know what's happening here in Vancouver, but nobody says anything about it. All right, it's all behind the scenes. So, what I'm saying is I need to change my environment, and I need to travel. So I'm planning my trip abroad again, out into the wild, get some adventure in me, because I'm really bored. I mean, doing the business part, yes, just that never goes away. Every time I wake up, I'm in business mode. I work on my business. What is your favorite Korean food? You all know the answer to that. If I'm alone, bibimbap. If I'm with company, meat. Okay? That's it. If you're eating alone, if you just need a quick meal, bibimbap is the one dish. I used to eat bibimbap every day for a year in Korea. I never got bored with it. It's just a complete meal. It's got everything in there. Everything you need. Protein, vegetables, just healthy stuff. Okay? It's all good for you. Protein. If I'm with company, yeah, just meat. You have to order meat. You can't order meat alone when you're alone. Because you need to, when you go to those barbecue restaurants, you need to order 2 dishes worth of meat. 2 plates of meat. The 2 plates of meat is usually enough for 2 people. So, you never see anyone eating meat alone in a barbecue restaurant. It's always with company. So with the business, I don't know, with a business partner, or if you're a client, or with a girlfriend, or on a date, yeah, meat. Meat brings people together. Meat and alcohol. That's all you need in life. Meat and alcohol. The two are just the sun and the moon, the yin and the yang. That's all you really need. Okay? And yeah, guys, ask your questions. I'm here to answer your questions. I have a limited amount of time here because I got to go within 20 minutes. So I had to make this short. I just wanted to make this video because I know I've been absent for a while. I apologize. I was sick for several days. I had to get over this cold and injury, and it was just ruining my outlook. Just Patrick Zalk is my name. I think I'm calling my channel Juicy. What do you think? Like PewDiePie is Felix Shatterberg. Maybe I should call myself Juicy. I gotta figure out how to change my YouTube channel name to that though. But yeah. Right now, I just got over my cold, my injuries, so I'm ready to hit the gym. Ready to get back into things. Yeah. Hey Justin, I know that you were an ESL teacher. I'm asking you how can I the TOEFL test? Good question. Here's what I Okay, here, I'll give you some story. All right, I was in charge of teaching Korean businessmen for many years. Okay, I taught them ESL, I taught them business English, I taught them how to debate, how to do presentations, how to do lectures, whatever. Everything that you can think about when it comes to ESL, I taught it. Light. I taught a whole gamut of ESL programs in Korea. Okay, I've taught them all. Okay. Here's the problem with people that fail the TOEFL test or whatever ESL test that you're taking. Here's the problem. Usually those people that fail those tests are not really social. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not the grammar, it's not the pronunciation, it's not something that they weren't taught. It's just their character. Most foreigners, most ESL speakers, most English as a second language speakers are very shy, very timid, very embarrassed. They don't really open up like a flower when it comes to speaking English. So their answers are very short. Their description is not very descriptive. Their storytelling sucks. So they asked me like, Justin, why I failed the test? How come? Why fail? No good. Well, you don't really talk like an English speaker does talk. And how does an English speaker talk? We talk la 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 all the time. We talk like a never-ending stream of water. That's what they are looking for. Why is it called fluency? Why do you think they call that word that English fluency? See that keyword there? Fluency? Fluency is something that keeps moving and doesn't stop. Koreans, they talk like this. Hello, how are you? Good. Fine, thanks. You? Very short. Very right? Again, that will work in Korea. That will work when you're speaking Korean. You'll find that if you're an English speaker or if you're learning Korean, you'll notice like, wow, Korean is so easy because it has so many shortcuts. You don't really have to be descriptive when you're speaking Korean. You can just get by just saying, you know? Whereas English, we say, oh, yes, I understand. No, Koreans just say, that's it. And they get it. Just like that. It's the same meaning. But vice versa, when you're a Korean speaker and you're trying to learn English or a foreign speaker trying to speak English, you gotta reverse it. You gotta be just an endless flow of conversation. Whether you're talking to a speaker, whether you're talking to a microphone, whatever you're taking a test, you'll notice that they don't really talk a lot. So here's my advice. And this has worked for all of my ESL students. It has. Drink a can of beer before you take the test. I am serious. Chug a can of beer before you enter that test room, and boom, you will magically start talking your head off. And that's what they want. They want lots of talking. They want to see fluency, not stuttering. Fluency. So it works all the time. They start opening up, they start being social, because what happens when you're drunk or when you're just a little tipsy? You start talking your head off. You start opening up. You start being honest with yourself. That's really hard nowadays to see a lot of people just open up and be honest, being sober at the same time. Except me. You'll see that in me, but you won't see that in a lot of people. So, drink a can of beer. Chug it down. And you know what? All my students, they chugged a can of beer before they took the test. And boom, they passed the test. And they all thanked me after and they bought me beer after. How can I be good at conversation then? Well, first of all, get off your computer. Get off your smartphone. Interact with real people in your real environment, wherever you are. Whether you are studying English in Vancouver or you are learning Korean in Korea. The only times that I got really good at learning Korean was when I was interacting with real people. Not when I was in a hagwon or when I was in a desk learning from a Korean teacher writing down Korean words on a desk or a whiteboard. It didn't work because that's all a simulation. Real language is real people. You just got to interact with as many different kinds of people as possible. So, I can never talk to anyone. I can never talk to that lady, or I can never talk to that person. Well, you just stunted your growth right there. You just set limits to how well you're going to converse in real life. Because I talk to everybody. Doesn't matter where you're from, whatever economical background, what age, what sex, what country you're from, what job title you have, doesn't matter. All of that goes out the window. At the end of the day, it boils down to two people, eye to eye, talking to each other, opening up. And who opens up first? And usually it's the one that's honest that starts it off. Or the one who's most drunk. So, you're saying, oh, I can never. Well, you're probably a young kid, and I've seen kids around my like neighborhood. I've seen kids around the world. They're all glued to their smartphones, and they're just stunting their social abilities by staying glued to their smartphone. I tried talking to kids, all kinds. You know what I noticed? They have a hard time keeping a conversation going. Like, I would try to bait them into talking, and they would have no creativity, no incentive to continue a conversation. And you know what's their habit? They look straight down. They look straight down into their smartphones. That's their habit. Boom, go straight down. No more talking. Straight down to the smartphone. That's a really bad habit. So, first thing you need to do is throw away your smartphone. Stop using it or limit the amount of usage you have on your smartphone, because that's killing your social ability. Second, meet one new person every day. Go out there and just talk to people. And not just talk to people, like you get something from them, give something to them. And who am I talking about? I'm talking about like the cashier that you see every day. I talk to the cashiers like I know them, like my friend. Oh, nice hair. I've seen you a while. You changed your hair. Well, something like as little as that can make them open up. Talk to the barista where you get your coffee every day at Starbucks. Oh, geez, hey, I noticed that you've been working here for a while. Blah, 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 blah. I wanted to ask you something. Make them open up by giving them a chance to open up instead of just treating them like a machine. That's what I notice. I notice that when I'm in a lineup for something, I notice how most of the general population, the customers, they treat service people like they're robots or machines, like they have no human emotion. And these are human beings we are interacting with. Whether we are online, whether we were talking through a live stream, we are all human beings. We're not robots here. Okay? So, what I want to say is that be different. Stop being what your friends think you should do or what society tells you. That's all bullshit. Okay? What really matters is at the end of the day, are you going to have a connection with a human being? Are you going to be able to communicate yourself to someone who doesn't even understand your language? Those are the people that really do well in life. Really good conversation skills, really good social skills, really good skills at just making people feel good. Make people feel good. It starts from there. I know it sounds difficult, but once you get the ball rolling, you'll understand what I mean. Hey, Justin, what's up? What is your opinion on the Fender Acoustic? Fuck Fender Acoustics. They suck, okay? Fender is great at electric guitars, but they suck when it comes to acoustic guitars. I've tested all their acoustic guitars at guitar stores everywhere around the world. They suck. It's just like made in China, like piece of shit. It's like there is no effort when it comes to Fender acoustics. But I do love Fender electric guitars, okay? Even the made in Mexico, even the made in Japan, they're great. Great guitars. Like, amazing. And you know what? Like, Fender, like, Telecasters, I'm a sucker for Telecasters. Like, I'm a sucker for blondes, okay? Telecaster, oh, that shape, oh, that buttery shape of a Telecaster I fall for every time. And that sound, that Jimmy Page, Led Zeppelin sound, bam, gets me every time I hear a Telecaster in someone's hands. So, stick with what Fender knows best. Stick with their electric guitars. If you want to go for acoustic, go for Martin, go for Taylor, go for Cort, go for, yeah, anything besides Fender, okay? Ooh. I'm picking my subjects because I'm going to third year, and I pick music because I like guitar. And I need to play two instruments. And I can't pick between acoustic guitar and bass. Okay, here's my answer to that. Here's my answer. go with the bass. You know why? Everybody picks up the guitar, but not many people pick up the bass. When you play bass, you are the most popular man in the room, okay? Because everybody needs a bass player in their band. You will be in so much demand. You will be the hot girl when it comes to musicians, because every band needs a bass player and a drummer. Everybody has a guitarist. Everybody has a lead singer. It's oversaturated. Throughout my whole music career, I've always had like a whole pile of guitarists to choose from and work with. But when it came to bassists and like drummers, they were like unicorns because not many people wanted to play those instruments. It wasn't the most popular one. So if you want to be in demand, if you want to get a lot of work, if you want to make a lot of connections, you want to be in a lot of bands, be a bassist, not a guitarist. No, everybody wants a bassist. Okay, be the bassist. Do you have a plan visiting Korea again? Yes, I do. I do. Korea is in my heart. I can't. I've been in Korea for so long that it's sunk into me now. Like, there's a Korean part of me, and it needs to be fulfilled. Like, I need to eat kimchi again. I need to eat bibimbap in Korea again. It's not the same when you eat bibimbap in Canada. It's not the same when you drink Korean alcohol and barbecue meat in a Canadian restaurant. Korean themed restaurant. It's not the same. It's a simulation. It's the real thing. The real deal is in Korea, okay? Nothing compares. All right? Of course I will go back to Korea. Yes, I'm planning it. You know what? Like, if I had to give a recommendation, if you've never been to Korea, and this is your first time, and people wonder, like, oh, where should I stay in Korea? And everybody tells you, oh, you should stay in Hongdae. You should stay in Myeongdong. Why? Because it's so popular there, and there's shopping and like this art scene and a lot of English speakers. No! Stay away from those two areas. What about Gangnam? Oh, like, no! Stay away from those three areas. Stay away from Gangnam. Stay away from Myeongdong. Stay away from Hongdae. Do you know why? It's oversaturated with tourists. You will be a target for other Koreans because they'll see you, tourist, and they will treat you like a tourist, and they will give you tourist prices, and they will give you the tourist experience. That is a cheap way to experience a country. You want to be, I always say, don't follow the crowd. Don't follow the sheep. Be the lone wolf, okay? Be the one on the outer circle. Just 1 foot in at times, just checking in on the sheep. But always know that you're better off being outside of that circle, okay? Because all those sheep are sent to the slaughterhouse at the end of the day. My recommendation is to stay on the outskirts of Seoul. Okay, what are the outskirts? It's Gyeonggi-do. Gyeonggi-do is basically like the suburb areas of Seoul. So Seoul is like the city area, bustling metropolis, but on the outskirts, just around the borders, it's quiet, neighboring, prices are cheaper. People are a lot more friendlier. Because when you're in Seoul, everyone's cutthroat. Everyone's out to rape you and kill you with their prices and like their tourist packages and shit. Because you know what? Korea gets too many Chinese tourists, too many Japanese tourists, too many like K-pop weeaboo tourists. You don't want to be part of that group. You do not. It's not worth it. You do not want to be stuck in rush hour in Seoul. Fuck no. That is the worst feeling. Do you want to know what hell on earth is? Get on a subway during rush hour. On the Green Line number 2, my God, get ready to get raped, ass raped. Like, just people just like crushing you, your chest, your back, your shoulders, everything. Just, you can't breathe. You'll suffocate. And I had to endure that for years because I had to do jobs around Seoul. Ooh. So stay around the Gyeonggi-do area. Where? Bundang. Go to Bundang. Do you know why? Bundang is like the IT area of Seoul. It's like the Silicon Valley of Seoul. It's like the newly developed area around Gyeonggi-do, on the outskirts, quiet, fresh, new, clean air, families. It's just, that's where I want to stay next time. Bundang. Bundang, baby. I was wondering what guitar I should get next. Oh, what kind of guitar do you have right now? If you want to go pro, get a Fender Telecaster made in USA. If you want to go for an acoustic, go for, you can go for a Martin or Taylor, depending on what kind of sound you like. Westfield. I've never heard of a Westfield. What bass do you think? Oh, It's easy. There is only one bass. There is only one bass, my friend. And that is Fender P bass. That's the only bass you need. Get a made in USA Fender P bass. That's the standard, okay? There's a jazz version of it. No. Get the P bass. That's what every band's bassist uses, okay? The Fender P bass. That's like the standard. Gold standard. Anything less, you can get a made in Mexico Fender P bass if you want, if you're on a budget, but go for the P bass is what I recommend. Okay? HVFG, what does that mean? When it comes to guitars, yeah, made in Mexico is great. It's a really good budget Fender guitar. It's just missing just a little bit, right? But most punk guitarists, they swear by made in Mexico Fender guitars. So, yeah, go for that. Made in China, well, most guitars are being outsourced into China anyways. So, it's kind of like, I don't know. You never know, like all these major companies, they're outsourcing parts of their assembly into China now. So, yeah. So, no, I do not. Alan Walker Spector, no. Here's what I would say. I'm not a technically trained guitarist. I learned it by playing by ear. I didn't really have a teacher. I just learned it by trial and error. And I didn't really learn guitar by playing other people's songs. I just played whatever I liked. Low action. Go for the low action. If you go for high action, it's like wing, wing, wing. Low action is just like, if you want speed in your guitar playing, if you want to like transition really quickly, if you want to solo quickly, if you want to go from A to B or A to Z, you need to have a low action on your guitar. I have no idea why they set guitars on high action. There's no advantage to having a guitar with high action. The only advantage I can see with a high string action guitar is that when you play really high, the string will not buzz against the fret. That's what people fear. The buzzing. Oh my god, the fret buzz, right? Because the string action is too low. But if you set it properly, then yeah, you'll be fine. And the way to set it properly is just take it to your guitar shop and just say, hey, I would just like to get my string action lowered. But beware. There is one caveat. If you like playing in like a drop D or like a lower, like half step down or full step down or 1.5 step down, beware of the string action, okay? Because if you're usually playing, okay, so if you don't understand what half step down is, like this is standard, right? But that's half step down. If you set your guitar to half step down, it's easier to play. The strings are more relaxed. It's like loosening your belt. But you got to beware of your string action, okay? You've got to tell your guitar repairman to make sure that the string action is set according to what tuning your guitar is usually at, like most of the time. So if it's half step down, whole step down, make sure he calibrates the string action according to that tuning. That's it. Okay? So, yeah. Good question. Yeah. A lot of people. Here's what I want to say. My channel, my beliefs, my philosophy, the way I think is always outside the box. Hey Justin, can you say hi Mickey? Hi Mickey, you're so fun, you blow my mind. Hey Mickey. Hey Mickey. My view on life is always to think outside the box. I never follow the sheep. I never follow the crowd. And when I do see people like teaching or like advertising ways online that make sheep more gullible, it pisses me off. Okay? And in particular, I'm talking about people who think that, like, okay, like this is the way you should learn Korean, this is the way you should learn swimming, this is the way you make money online. These gurus that you see online, whether it's YouTube or, I don't know, what are infomercials? Yeah. I never fall for those idiots. And I just really feel bad for the people that do, that are gullible and just have no guidance and have no idea, and they just fall for this. They're suckered in to these gurus, these multi-level marketers that take their money and basically, yeah, they're just left in shambles. Justin, have you got a Twitter? Because I do have a Twitter, but I don't really use it that a lot. Because I think, in my opinion, Twitter is just a place where people bitch all the time. Like, people just start wars and argue, and that's not what I'm about. So the only time I use Twitter is to promote a YouTube video or whatever, update, whatever. So that's all I use Twitter for. But, you know, I know that the plus... Oh, God, this sunlight is killing me. The advantage to using Twitter is that, yeah, it's a great way to reach out to people online, communicate, and all that. But isn't that what email is for? Isn't that what a phone is for? Why can't you just call somebody, you know, instead of just tweet them? Hey, tweet, right? Again, it goes back to what I was saying. I think outside the box. I don't follow what everyone does. Don't follow the sheep. When I get on a subway, I can be part of the sheep, or I can think completely different from all of them. So what do most people do when they get on a subway? Well, they just shove each other into the subway train like a pack of sardines. But what I do is I make sure that I never sit on a subway. Okay? Because when you sit, you're locking yourself. You're locking yourself in a subway much longer. It's harder to stand up, sit down, all that, right? So I don't sit down. So what do? I stand near the doorway. Why? Because the doorway always gives me access to fresh air, or air that's outside of the subway train. And it's really hard to breathe when you're in a packed subway train full of CO2 being passed around. So I stand right next to the subway door, and when the door is open, at every stop I get out, so I let the people behind me get out, and I take a breath of fresh air. And every time that door opens, I get out, and when I reach my stop, I'm the first one out. Okay? And what happens after? I start running for the exit. Because most people don't run. Most people walk briskly to the exits of the escalators or the stairs. But no, I run like hell. Why? Because I don't want to line up with all these people for the escalator or stairs. So I make sure I run. If I don't run, what do? I just wait until everybody exits. It's like, oh my God, that's the worst. Like, yeah, it will take you like 5 minutes of your time to wait for everyone else to clear out. But after that, it's smooth sailing. You get the whole stairway, you get the whole escalator to yourself. That's my way of thinking outside the box. I always look out for ways that other people aren't thinking. And that's what I say is the right way to do things. Not follow the sheep like the rest of them get slaughtered. No, think outside the box. How do you get used to stepping out of your comfort zone? How do we get used to stepping out of your comfort zone? First of all, be honest with yourself. If you're not being honest with yourself, for example, your appearance, the way you behave, the way you interact with people, then you got to reevaluate what you're doing. Okay? So, whatever I say to people, whoever I interact with, they get the plain, honest truth truthful me. No bullshit attached. I'm not here to please anybody. I'm not here to kiss anyone's ass. I'm not here to get something out of somebody. No. First thought that comes into my mind is, how can I make this person's life better? How can I make him walk away thinking, wow, I want to meet Justin again. He's a cool guy. He makes me laugh. Like, that's the thing, laughter. People love to laugh. Everybody loves to laugh. Make them laugh. Nobody wants a serious person. Nobody wants to be around a serious guy. Make them laugh. So, think of ways to make other people feel good. Be honest with yourself. And you'll notice that once you're honest with yourself and you're honest to other people, people will start being honest with you. It takes one person to mirror the other. And usually, it's easier if you just start first. Hey, I am new to your YouTube videos and have watched most of the ones on swimming since I am beginner in swimming. Thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, no worries. Join our Facebook group and you can get access to me, and you can put clips in there of your swimming so we can give you feedback if you like. Planning on taking your online swimming course. Can you tell me what is the best way to stop goggles from fogging? Okay, that's the question, age-old question. If your goggles fog, then you bought cheap goggles. That's it. Yeah, people say, yeah, put shampoo in your goggles and wash them out, or lick your goggles. But you know what? I've gone through so many goggles during my swimming career, and I noticed the ones that are cheap are the ones that fog up. The ones that are not cheap don't fog up. And I don't have to put shampoo, and I don't have to lick them. No, they just don't fog up. So get a good quality pair of goggles. And if you're wondering what kind of goggles I should get or something, go with Speedo. Go with the ones that you see your favorite swimmer using. Okay, I have some links down below here if you want. So don't buy cheap goggles, first of all. Cheap goggles fog up. Most of the new ones, most of the good ones, they have like anti-fog and all that. So yeah, spend some money. It'll probably cost you about $30 for a good pair of goggles. Oh my god, $30! Yep, that's the price of passage, and it's worth it. Hey, I love you so much. New to your channel, and my question is how to keep your swimming cap from breaking. That's a good question. Swim caps break naturally. There's no doubt about it. Okay, so once your nails are exposed to the swim material, it's prone to ripping. Okay, the swim cap is made out of latex or whatever rubber, silicone, whatever. Okay, and those things break. It's just like the same material you use for dishwashing gloves. Okay, those dishwashing gloves, they break over time after usage, right? Because they're exposed to water and your nails, your skin rubbing against it all the time. You're stretching it all the time. So what happens to dishwashing gloves? You throw them out and you get a new pair. You put on a new pair. So I've broken my swim caps before because I've overstretched them or ripped them with my nail or whatever. That's just part of life. So you just make sure you buy 2 or 3 swim caps just in case. And you're probably wondering, what color should I get? If you're swimming indoors, go for the white cap, okay? Go for the black, because black, you look like a demon in the water, okay? White makes you pronounce. It's clean. I like the white, and people can see your head from a distance. And yeah, white cap, swimming cap. If you're swimming outdoors, they don't recommend wearing white caps. Do you know why? Because white caps are very difficult to see in the ocean. Especially when you're on a freight or when you're a boat and you're on a yacht and you're sailing or you're on a jet ski or whatever, and you're cranking out white water everywhere you go, and then it's really hard to see somebody open water swimming with a white cap on. You might slice into him. You might hit him with accident. So that's why they say wear like colors that stand out, like green, orange, yellow. Wear those colors when you're open water swimming. That's a funny thing. Don't wear bloody red. Because red attracts sharks, okay? So be aware of that. Make sure that if you're going to go for red, don't. Get an orange. Red attracts sea creatures. It's like blood in the water for them, okay? So don't wear red. Arena Cobra goggles. Yeah. So do you guarantee the quality of the goggles you recommend in the link below? Do I guarantee? No. To each his own. Okay? I'm not your eyes. I'm not your facial features. I'm not your bone structure. We're all different. All right. So if I put on a pair of shoes, will they fit you? No. If I put on a swim cap, will it be appropriate for your head size or your facial features? No. So I'm just saying that the links down below are the ones that I use, okay, that I've been using in my videos, okay? You can try them out, but again, just like when you choose a guitar, when you choose goggles, when you choose a language to learn, it's different for every person. You got to try it, and then from experience, you develop your own taste. And then from there, you can say, yeah, I tried Fender guitars, but I like Gibson guitars better. I tried this swim cap, but I like this swim cap better. So you can only do it through just trial and error. Just keep trying, keep failing, and just keep learning. And that's how I learned it. I went through thousands of goggles I threw away because they fogged up and they flooded in with water or they broke. Yeah. How was I supposed to know? Like, yeah, people recommended this goggle to me and that goggle, and they broke and snapped and didn't work for my face and fogged up. So you just got to keep trying. Keep trying. And then learn from your experience. You'll know. You'll know by looking at the past goggles you've ripped, the swim caps that you've went through, the guitars that you've played and sold or threw away or threw out. Yeah, that's what life is. What platform do you use to advertise your Amazon store? What platform? Amazon. Duh. If you search online, Amazon, for whatever you're trying to buy, swim caps, I don't know, guitar, yeah, how do you go about finding it? You just, boom, you just search swim cap. Oh, okay. This swim cap looks cool. By the way, I'm planning on making my own swim cap. Sneak preview. Yeah, you just do an Amazon search, and then what happens? Okay, you see a list of swim caps, and then you just choose one that you like. You buy from that person. Boom, you do business with that person. Same with me. Like, somebody finds my products on Amazon. They like it. They buy it. They order. They're happy. Boom, we do business. They give me money. They take my product. That's how I advertise on Amazon. Make sure you have a good product, good listing. Make sure it is something that people want and people are desperate or want badly, are looking for. Facebook ads, Google AdWords, Instagram influencers, Bing AdWords. The list goes on and on. You can try all of them out. I hate Facebook ads because to me, Facebook ads is just throwing money at Facebook. Google ads, yeah, it can work. Again, you're throwing money at Google. Amazon ads? Now, there is a better shot, okay? Why not advertise your products on the store that you're selling on? Because people are already on Amazon. So, if I had to choose between those three that you mentioned, Facebook ads, Google ads, and Amazon ads, PPC ads, go for the Amazon PPC ads. Because that's, boom, it's all in one, okay? Yes, you can try Facebook ads, Google AdWords, Instagram influencers, Bing, Pinterest, Etsy. You can try them all. Depends on what your business is. Do you know how people find me online? From YouTube. Usually YouTube. YouTube and then Facebook. Okay? That's how people find me. Do you prefer 25-meter pool or 100-meter? I prefer a 25-meter pool. 100-meter pool, again, I'm not really a marathon swimmer. Okay? I don't like swimming long distances like a turtle or a zombie in the water. A lot of skinny old people can do that. I get bored really easily. Okay? To find out whether you are a sprinter or a marathon runner, go on a treadmill and try sprinting for 10 minutes versus light jogging for 1 hour. Really slow light jogging. Which one do you prefer? Okay? I can tell you from a fact that when I do marathon running on a treadmill, light jogging, I get bored after 1 minute. I'm looking for the exit. I'm looking for the power button to turn off the machine. Whereas when I'm sprinting on a treadmill, I got to pay attention. My blood's pumping. Boom, my senses are activated. People around me are looking at me. Oh my God, he's sprinting on a treadmill. That's when I get excited, okay? So, I like 25 meters. 25 meters is enough. It's like standard, okay? But when you do open water, all of that goes out the window. There is no such thing. It's just all open water. You just swim forever. Forever. There's no push off. There's no flip turns. Nothing. Nothing will prepare you for open water. So, I like 25 meter. Besides, I see a lot of 50-meter pools. Like, oof, you got to share it. I really hate sharing lanes with people. I think that should be a law. Not to share lanes with people. Because it's just dangerous. Most of the time, I'm not thinking about my swimming. I'm thinking about the people around me. It's just like when you're driving your car. It's not you that you're paying attention to who's causing the accident. It's the people around you that you have to pay attention to. The drunk driver, the person who's not paying attention to her driving because she's on the smartphone, the guy who's listening to the radio or his music too loudly and not paying attention to the traffic, the mother that's driving with two kids in the back seat that are distracting her. These are the people that are going to put you in an accident. These are the people you have to watch out for. Not me. No. So, yes, you will get bored if you're a marathon swimmer. Believe me. So what do? Mix it up. Just like mixed martial arts, I mix up my swimming. So what do? I don't just do one continuous stroke for 25 meters. No, I mix it up. If I'm bored, switch it to butterfly. If I run out of breath, switch it down to breaststroke. If I want to play, then I'll do front crawl. If I'm getting really tired, if I'm gassed out, I'll start kicking on my back and look up to the ceiling. If I want to just work on my quads, just do front kicking drills with the kickboard. Okay? If you can alternate between those kind of settings, then you'll have a lot to play with when you're swimming. You won't get bored easily. So, people have a different way of judging how they get a workout. Okay, so I'm out of time actually, so I'm gonna have to end this live stream, but thank you for watching. Please hit that like button and subscribe button if you like what you see and you want to see more videos out of me real soon. And yeah, jeez, I gotta make a new video for you guys for this thingy. This is a FDR X300. Woo! Yes, get ready for this bad boy. Start filming me in the water. So stay tuned for that. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. If you want to swim, check out my swimming course, 7dayswim.co. The best $27 you'll spend to learn swimming right now. No bullshit, no chit chat, no. Boom, boom, boom. Give you a lesson plan that gets you started right now. Okay? So have a great day, guys. I'm off. I will see you guys.